Hi guys, Cryptogasm here. Just wanted to do a daily update on the state of play at the moment and just put a few things in perspective as to where we are, where we're going. I can see a lot of people panicking at the moment, but we've got to look at everything with no emotion. I know it's hard when you're looking down and seeing money value sort of wash away, but let's put everything in perspective a little bit, okay? Number one, guys, whatever your total portfolio is, 90% of it should be in the top 3 to 5 coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. That's where 90% of your money should be. So if the alts bleeding right now is hurting you badly, you really need to look at the way your portfolio is structured. You know, of course, your US dollar value is going to be down with Bitcoin and Ethereum and things being down, but let's look at the reality of this, okay? So the reality of this is markets are an emotional cycle that go up and they come down. All right, we've been through this a million times through the Cryptogasmic classes. So things do need to correct all the time, okay? Look, here, 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 and it'll just keep happening all the way back. A big correction here, okay? It's a part of the cycle. It's a part of the game, so we can then lead into new cycles. This is why it's so important that even people who just say, I buy and hold, to buy things at the right times. Now, looking at the current fall compared to others, okay? If you look here in January last year, just here, okay? We had a correction there of 58%. Okay, that's huge, 58% correction. Now, this was only 1 year ago. So what you've got to remember, guys, 1 year ago, one Bitcoin was 1,151. It basically went up 20 times in 1 year, okay? So if it falls now 30%, 40%, that's a natural correction in the game, okay? Many of you know that I bought Bitcoins back here. I rode this whole wave, and I got out actually right where we are now. This is where I got out in November because I kind of thought this was going to be the top. So really, this up here, okay, was just an extension of what I had initially thought anyway. I was expecting it to come in here, and then I was looking to rebuy back in here, okay? So again, we've just got to put everything like really in perspective, okay? And even though the price was going from 10,000 to 11 to 13, and you know, it was making me feel a little bit sick sitting there watching it hit $20,000 and I sold at 9.5, but I didn't get emotionally attached. I made all of this profit. I got out at the time that I thought it was, and I switched over to Ethereum at that time because that's where I saw the value coming. All right. So the only people who are really getting affected are the people who chased Bitcoin through here at the high, high. So don't panic. This is just a natural correction. I mean, you know, we've got the FUD in the news and Korea and governments, but this is going to happen the whole ride, guys. You know, we're actually doing something that's life-changing, and it's disrupting all the shit, right? Now, we've been getting these disruptions from the beginning, right from the beginning. This is nothing new. So for those, and I'm doing this video mainly for the new people to crypto who might be thinking, wow, what the hell have I got myself into? My family was right. The people on the news were correct. You know, look at this, the way it took off, and then it on a big downward spiral. okay? And then a new cycle started. So you've got to really zoom out and look at the big picture, okay? So let's look at the big picture, okay? We're still on a huge upward trend. See? Okay. It just got really, really, really out of control. And this is what we talk about in our classes as the thrill, euphoria. You know, people were getting greedy and euphoric. And I got no doubt this thing's still going to go to 50,000, 100,000, but these corrections need to happen. So this was a very long correction. And, you know, this was 516%, this correction in over 1 year. Okay, there was 1 year of complete downward trend. Do I think we're going to get 1 year of downward trend here? I don't think so. However, you know, I mean, right, from yesterday's analysis, we fell right through the support box that I was talking about. And we had that fake pump, and I told everybody to be careful, right? Now, there's never a reason that you have to sell everything at the absolute bottom. There'll always be a pump back up. So even if you were panicking and you wanted to get out, you wait for that one to pump back up above the trend line. But it's now very obvious it's fighting these trends, right? So now we've just got to wait. It's really fallen through hard, okay? So where could this possibly fall to? We're looking at a complete 100% retracement from the beginning of the breakout of where I was saying all old news, okay? So this is a very important point where we are now. Right where we are now. Okay. If this falls through here even further, this is going to be 100% retracement on this whole move here. So let's go back a little. Okay, and let's go from the real breakout here of around 5,700, and then we can even go from here, you know, 3,000 at the beginning. And that's the thing you got to remember, guys. This thing was only $3,000 in September. Okay, it went from $3,000 to $20,000 in 3 months. That's huge, guys. That's huge. So you're a fool if you think it's just going to keep going to the moon, right? So let's look at the big picture now. What are the points that we need to be looking at? Okay, so let's do this major breakout here. Okay, so we really need to try to hold this retracement, but if we include the candle wicks, this is very, very vital, extremely vital. Right in here on the 8,700. It really needs to find some support in here. You can see we're trading way below the daily cloud now, way below the daily cloud. And we're still falling into the 3-day cloud. So the reality is, and I don't want to scare everybody, is that we could do a full retracement back to here. And that still puts us from January up 4 times. Okay, 400%. It's gone up 4 times in this area here from just from the beginning of the year. So in 1 year, even if we retrace to here, okay, the whole thing is still going up 4 times. And this is a real possibility over the next 2 weeks if this trend continues. We could come right back down into here. And, you know, the news will be talking about the bubble has burst. I'm sure you're all getting smug looks from your friends now. But you got to put it in perspective. Look at the big picture, right? Look at the big picture. All it's doing is a market retracement on where it's been. And it got right out of control from here. From 3,000, boom, it went to 10. So quick. Okay? So that's Bitcoin. We're really looking to hold this point here. And if, yeah, around the 8.7. The next point is going to be the 8.3. So this is just a free fall at the moment. We can see big. So the 3 days actually just hit the bottom and starting to turn, which is good. The weekly is falling still. Look how high the monthly's been since July. Okay, put this all in perspective, guys. We've been riding this oversold area since July. Yeah. So this could easily come down into here and then start to turn, and then we find momentum again. The whole game is about momentum. Okay. Number one, don't panic, right? There's no need to sell anything at a loss. Okay. You got to be realistic, right? If you're making 200% gains and all this sort of thing in 2 weeks, these corrections are going to happen. Okay. It's not the end of Bitcoin. Nobody can end Bitcoin. It's not the end of crypto. It's just a correction. Things can't keep going to the moon. Also, we had these futures contracts come in January, right, where a lot of people bought the shit out of Bitcoin, rose the price as hard as they could, sold it so they made a lot of money on that, and then they shorted the market, right, as well. So this is what happens when Wall Street starts getting involved. Let's just look at a couple of the other coins quickly, because it's the same thing across the board. Okay. Let's look at Ethereum. Okay. And I may even sell my position in Ethereum now. As you all know, I bought Ethereum at back here. Okay, so I'm still in a lot of profit, and now that we're falling through these clouds, I think I'm going to probably sell my position in Ethereum right now and look to buy back. Okay, so this could easily do 100% retracement of this move as well. Okay, which still takes it back to 584. Now look at where we were at this just in November, 270. So even if we close at 500 or 600, it's still doubled, guys. It has doubled. All right. So for me, I'm going to sell my position here in Ethereum. I'm going to hope for a little bit of a bounce back up here, but I'm going to sell my position in Ethereum now and then look to rebuy, and I'm just going to hold the value in US dollars for now, just for now, until we see what happens, and take my profit on that one. Litecoin, I might do the same. Okay. And the same thing, guys, I got in to Litecoin back here, where I was telling you all. So anybody who chased it, this is what a market does. It washes people out. Okay. And I'm not even going to really look at many more of the altcoins, because you shouldn't be holding too much of your value there anyway. I got stuck with Bitcoin Gold just before the dump happened. So I'm going to ride that out and just hold that. Even if I've got to hold it 3 months, 5 months, that's fine, because I don't have a lot of my money invested in the altcoins, right? I might trade 1 or 2 Bitcoins on a trade. And we got out of OMG, we got out of, all these other ones that we were in. So the only one I'm really holding right now is Bitcoin Gold. And I refuse to sell it at a loss, because I know it'll just turn around. So I'm just looking at the major coins now. Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash. Let's look at Bitcoin Cash, guys. Right? Right. Bitcoin Cash, just in November, was $407. Okay. So the same thing. I'm going to sell my position in Bitcoin Cash for now, and let's see where it goes. And as soon as we start to find support, I'll buy again. And I'm just going to hold my value in US dollars wherever I can right now. Okay. The Bitcoins I've got, I'm going to keep, because I did, as I said, I sold out at 9.5 and I started buying again around 11.12, and I'm not going to sell those at a loss. Okay. So those, they can just go away into cold storage and they'll sit there and they'll wait, because this will turn around at some point. But I just wanted to put you all in the big picture to explain that it's not that. This is what markets do, all right? They retrace. So 78.6, 88.3, This could complete cycles, and then we're going to break into new cycles. But if you look at the overall trend, and you're going to see it no matter what coin you look at, okay, even if it comes down here and bounces off of here somewhere, the trend, the whole overall trend is still an upward trend, isn't it? Okay, so sit tight. I'm not going to be looking to do any trades whatsoever right now on altcoins. My main thing now is to probably get out of the positions that I'm in with Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin at a profit. I'm going to take the money and I'm going to just sit and hold US dollar value for now. And let's see where we go from there. All right, but big picture, all we're doing is ending a cycle. It will turn around and go again, but this is just the cycle of the market, guys. And put it into perspective. Even if we close here, right, from here, the price has gone up 5 times, 4 times in 2 months. You know, it is ridiculous. That's still ridiculous. And if you can't see that something going up 4 times in its value and holding a support there in 2 or 3 months is not amazing, then you're really in the wrong game. You know, from here, and even if we close on this floor here, we've made all that profit from here. Okay, so I didn't chase Bitcoin Cash all the way up here. Okay, same with Ethereum, same with Litecoin, and I never will do that. So I'm going to convert over into US dollar value now. We'll see where this thing finishes and pick up from there. All right, we'll be in touch again tomorrow. Take it easy, guys.